And welcome back to BCN, our weather forecast for today. What you're seeing is our live cam outside our studios, projecting across from the Bayview restaurant and the inner point at Marsh Harbor. You can see the trees there, the palm trees with some wind blowing in it, and there's some light rain, moderate rain, occurring outside of our studio at this time. And so the streets are wet with areas of some flooding occurring in parts of Dundas Town, and also some areas of Marsh Harbor have some light flooding at this time. Let's take a look right now at our satellite imagery. As we look at the surface map from our weather center, we've got over this frontal system that remains stationary over north central Florida, and you have this low pressure center that's a tropical depression. This system is where the problem's occurring, producing quite a bit of showers and thunderstorms over the Bahamas, while the center of the system is going to be riding more over South Florida. The east of the center is where most of the activities will be occurring, and that's over the Bahamas. Let's get to our infrared satellite imagery. You can see all this red stuff here. That's indicative of showers, some heavy at times, and it's covering from Great Inagua all the way down from Great Inagua up to Walker's and Grand Keys. So we're in for what we would call a wet ride today, bringing it a little closer over Abaco, the northern Bahamas, the Grand Bahama. Grand Bahama is probably being closer to this. We'll get more of the weather, Grand Bahama and Bimini, the Berries and Abaco, the nation's capital as well. Flying, this is not going to be a great day for flying. Your pilot's going to have to be dodging some showers. Bahamas Air just arrived a short time ago and left. We heard them go by, and so it's still areas where you can fly because there are squalls that pilots can circumnav or go through with no challenges at all. Now the radar is picking up showers and thunderstorms mainly over the east coast of Florida. You can see from down at the Florida Keys all the way up to Palm Beach and Melbourne. That extends across the Grand Bahama, Abaco, down to North Eleuthera and the nation's capital, an area just north of Nassau. Some showers down at the Exuma Keys as well. It's all associated with Tropical Depression 16 that's expected to develop into a tropical storm over the next few hours and move up along the Florida coast between Florida and the Bahamas. Here, let's put this satellite into motion. You can see most of the area is being sucked up to the north and northeast, and we can't escape it. So in other words, expect for the conditions throughout this day to get progressively worse. As you would be experiencing now, it's only going to get worse as time go on throughout today and tonight. Here's what you can expect. These winds, 20 to 30 knots today, gusting 40 to 50 at times within 250 nautical miles east of the center. We are well within that, because if the center goes over Miami, Marsh Harbor is 187 nautical miles east as the crow flies from Miami, about 187, 90 miles east of Palm Beach as the crow flies. So we are within the 250 nautical miles of the east of the center. So is the nation's capital. So is Eleuthera's right on the fringes of that. But you're still going to get some of the 20 to 33 miles per hour with numerous squalls up and down the chain of islands today. Small craft should remain in port as you go throughout the day. Small craft should not be venturing out at all. And what's the main culprit? Our tropical update. Here it is. A simple low pressure that turned into a tropical depression, and then this stalled out frontal system that's really sucking up a lot of moisture from the southwest, drawing it in across the Bahamas, and as a result, we've got a pretty nasty day across the nation. Off in the Atlantic, we've got another area of tropical wave moving towards the west. But the big question today is Tropical Depression 16, which is expected to become a tropical storm later. Now let's put this satellite into motion and you can see what's happening. This baby is really all of the activity is moving up towards the Abacos. There you have it. As we look at this motion coming up towards us, showers, thunderstorms, showers, the nation's capital. You'll be in and out of showers. Not like it's an all-day thing. You've got lots of clouds that's going to be around, but you'll be in and out of showers and windy conditions as it goes throughout the course of the day. If you're traveling to Florida and you're afraid to fly, listen, take the flight tomorrow perhaps, if you're one of those who really don't like to fly, because there's no way of escaping flying through clouds and rain today going to Florida. Anywhere in the Florida, you've got to go through some rain in order to get there today. All right, here's the forecast cone that forecasters are predicting this tropical depression should go over Miami by 2 o'clock this afternoon. Fast moving, is going to get sucked up in that frontal boundary and then quickly move off. Look at this, Thursday afternoon at 2 p.m. It's into Georgia and into the Carolinas, becoming extratropical very quickly in time, but not before bringing widespread flooding in lots of Florida and maybe even some flooding occurring in the Bahamas as we're going to get soaked over the next 24 hours or so. All right, here is the forecast for tomorrow. The frontal boundary here, we should expect that this system should be somewhere up around Georgia. But look at it. The frontal system remains stationary, and we will be in the prefrontal activity right across the Bahamas. So the rainy conditions are not going to go away so quickly. They'll still be around for tomorrow because this front is not moving at all. Thank God for the front. It sucked the depression up towards the north and away from us. Look what we get tomorrow. 20 to 33 knots tomorrow, but tomorrow evening they should be diminishing 15 to 20 knots up and down the Bahamas. So you'll start out with some windy conditions tomorrow morning, but by end of the day, look for 15 to 20 knots. Things should begin to get back to normal. Rough seas out there. Mariners should exercise some extreme caution. Here's your forecast for Friday. Look at it. It's a normal day, 15 to 20 knots, south to southwest winds. Still some chance of an isolated shower on Friday, but the weekend's really going to be improving as we go into the weekend. 10 to 15 knots. You may even get to take the trailer, put your boat out, and get some fishing in on the weekend as it progresses. Okay, here's your boating forecast. The big factor for you, look at the seas. 11 to 17 foot seas in the northern Bahamas. Actually, it's 8 to 12, but it is expected to be building 11 to 17 throughout the course of the day. Whale Key will be rough. The southern Bahamas, 20 to 33 knots, 8 to 12 foot seas. Low tides at 6:25 a.m., high at 12:49 a.m., and low at 7:25 p.m. Let's take another look at our webcam, our live cam from our studio, and you can see gray skies across the skyline there, gray skies and windy with rain occurring outside our studio throughout the course of the morning. That's the Bayview restaurant in view there, and the palm tree just on the edge of our boundary. And so across to Pelican Shores and the inner and outer point Marsh Harbor coming through the channel there, you'll see that it is still pretty low clouds, light rain occurring now, and the winds are up around 15 to 20 knots at this stage. You'll get the strong winds during the squalls as they come through.